Hi guys, how are you all doing? I hope you guys are doing amazing and I hope God is protecting each and every one of you. Anyways guys, today we are back with another sit down. Of recent, I'm just in love with sit downs, and according to my recent videos, most of you guys were telling me, Harriet, maybe for the people who wanna relocate or who wanna visit Nairobi, Kenya, or the people that wish to visit Nairobi, Kenya, what can you tell them before they visit the country? So today is what we are going to be talking about. I'm so excited about today's topic, okay? And again, if you're new on the channel, my name is Harriet Anabo. I'm a content creator from Kampala, Uganda. If you don't know me, kindly check me out and don't forget to subscribe, like and share, all right? So today I'm excited. Are you guys even ready? Guys, I just feel happy like whenever I talk about Nairobi, Kenya, because this is one country that I loved. This is one country that welcomed me warmly. This is one country that I feel like I want to travel to each and every time. The reason why I do these videos is because I have people that really want to travel to Kenya and Nairobi in my comment section, and they don't know how to go about it. So I was requested, why not also tell people what they should know before visiting Nairobi, Kenya? And I was like, why not? You guys, by now, you know that I've spent like a lot of time when I was in Nairobi, Kenya. I think I've stayed there like for something like 6 to 7 months. So I feel like I have a lot to talk about this country. I really had an amazing experience there. The people, my welcome was just amazing. Starting from the immigration, it was just so smooth for me. So I was like, okay, I think let me just do this video to just inform each and everyone who is out there and they wish to travel to Nairobi, Kenya. These are the things you should know before visiting Nairobi, Kenya, okay? Of course, if you're watching from the diaspora, you know you're supposed to be with the visa, e-visa, electronic visa. If you're watching from East Africa, you know it's visa free for us. And again, you have to have a passport, yellow fever, documents like that before even you travel. And another thing, actually, guys, sometimes when I'm traveling to a country, this is one thing that I always do. I first search about that country before even I leave. I first search about the country itself, the foods, things like that, the language they speak. So I mean, before even going to any other country, people might have some misconceptions about the country. So you doing research or you watching some videos, let's say like this one, and you want to relocate or you want to visit Nairobi, Kenya, this is the video for you, okay? You're most welcome. Thank you so much for joining on today's video. So guys, the topic of the day goes what you should know before visiting Nairobi, Kenya. Guys, first things first, I want to say for those people who don't know Nairobi, Kenya, it's actually in East Africa, and actually we are neighboring it, because me, I come from Uganda, so we are just neighbors with Kenya. Kenya is so beautiful, very developed. About Nairobi like a lot of times, and I always tell people Nairobi is really one of Africa's beautiful cities that everyone needs to visit, guys, you know. Let me first talk about the first point, which is Nairobi is a mix of modern and traditional. When I talk about that, I mean like there's a lot to expect in Nairobi, okay? Talk of the highways, talk of the expressways, talk of the skyscrapers. I feel like Nairobi is that city whereby you find each and everything. If you want to live that luxurious life, you'll find it there. If you love wildlife, you'll find it there. There's a lot. There's a mix of modern and tradition. Talk of the bustling open air markets. Talk of the traditional neighborhoods. Talk of the skyscrapers, guys. And I feel like Nairobi is that city whereby you find a lot of skyscrapers. Compared to me, where I come from, I feel like this city has got tall buildings. Talk of the towers, KICC, places like that, like GTC. I mean, it has got like a lot of skyscrapers, guys. So if you want to visit Nairobi, you get each and everything that you need. You get each and if you're coming from the diaspora and you want to get this modern thing in Nairobi, you still get it. If you're maybe coming from somewhere else and you want to get that traditional experience, you get it. It's just a mix of everything. So I mean, this is the country. Kenya is the country whereby you have each and everything that you need. You can never lack. You can, in Nairobi, Kenya, everything is there. Everything is there. So if you're a tourist or you want to live or you want to stay in Nairobi, Kenya, just pack your bags and go, because you have the best time. Yeah, so another thing is you have to prepare for the diversity in people, experiences, and environments. Let me also talk about the money and payments. In case you don't know, Kenyan shillings, that is their currency. Yeah. And again, they also use something, they also use M-Pesa. For us, we take it here as mobile money. But the Kenyans, they take M-Pesa as king. Why I say that they take M-Pesa as king is the fact that everything they do, they use M-Pesa. Like, people just hold their phones and transact, I mean, using their phones, you understand? So M-Pesa is a king there. Like, literally, you go to the market. Me, I was even shocked, guys. I used to go to the markets, and people used to tell me, it's okay, also M-Pesa is allowed. And I'm like, wait a minute. In Uganda, you cannot go to a market and use mobile money. In a local market, open air markets, you cannot use mobile money. For us, we are more of cash, and the Kenyans are more of cashless. Like, they use a lot of M-Pesa. So that's why I say M-Pesa is the king there. So if you're to go to Kenya, just know M-Pesa, like, you just move out with your phone, and you can move with some small cash, but they use a lot of M-Pesa. So I feel like it is the king there. Almost everyone uses mobile money. You understand? There. Another thing is they allow credit cards also in major stores, but carry some cash for maybe the local spots. In case you go to some malls, you go to some shops, they also allow credit cards. Mainly they're always cashless. Kenyans are always cashless. When you go to Kenya, just know this. Carry less cash, have money on your phone, which they call M-Pesa. Okay, let me also talk about the language, guys. If I talk about the language, by now you guys know that Kenya was colonized by the British. Yeah, just like my country, Uganda, we are colonized by the British. So of course they speak English, but again they also have other languages they speak. But this is another language they speak, which is Swahili. So whenever you go to Kenya, before even you go to Kenya, I feel like you should learn some Swahili, guys. Me, I had a challenge. I remember that time when I was going to Kenya. I don't know. I didn't know even how to speak some few words in Kenya, but I thank God that the time I left Kenya, I was actually able to speak some Swahili, so I was happy, you know. So I feel like when you are to go to a country, you should also know the language they speak there. They speak English and they speak Swahili in Kenya. Those are the languages they speak, okay? So me, I had a problem with language barrier. I could go to places, they stay without my hosts, and some people think I'm Kenyan. Actually, people even used to think I'm Kenyan, you know. So I used to speak with them in English. They're like, oh, where are you from? So I used to tell them I'm from Uganda. Oh, wow, we love Uganda. We love your country. It was just amazing. So even though you don't know Swahili, they'll always make you feel like it's all right. Like, they'll make you feel like we can even teach you Swahili. So I feel like Swahili is a big deal also in Kenya. They use English, but also Swahili. They use Swahili like a lot. And I feel like Kenya and Tanzania, those are the countries that use Swahili like a lot. You also you have to learn like a few phrases, you know, something like habari, which is hello, something like asante, which is thank you, something like pole pole, which is slowly out the transportation tips. So as there's a video actually I did, and I was talking about if Nairobi, Kenya is safe. I was telling people it's not 100% safe. There is no place that is 100% safe. Let even no one lie you, okay? So I feel like when you are to travel safe in Nairobi, Kenya, I feel like you can use boats, you can use Ubers. That is true if you're a foreigner and you want to move around like safely. And again, you need to also know the places you're supposed to visit at a particular time. I don't expect you to go in places that are sketchy, you know, because there are also places that are sketchy in Nairobi. For you to be safe there, sometimes you have to be with a local guy. This is something I realized. Either if you're hosted, at least let your host tell you where to go. If you don't have a host, at least get a tour guide, okay? So it's a mandatory to have a tour guide in some areas. You cannot go to some areas in Nairobi without a tour guide. So I feel like if you're to travel well, travel safe, use Ubers, because they are actually affordable and they are safe to use in Nairobi, okay? There are also other means of transport like matatus, guys. Nairobi, Kenya is that one place that is known for matatu culture. If you want to have the matatu culture, I mean, just travel to Nairobi, Kenya. I feel like it's the only country that has this matatu culture. When I mean matatu culture, I mean these are the buses. For us, actually, in Uganda, we call them, for them, they use them as public means of transport. And actually, they are very, very affordable. And they take you to each and every area that you want to go to, okay? So, In where I come from, first we call them taxis, but our taxis are smaller compared to the matatus. Actually, for them, they call them nganyas. Their matatus, oh my, they're just a vibe. If you're that person who wants to have the vibe, you know, you just be in the matatu and you feel like you are in a club. You understand? Because there's loud music there, there's Wi-Fi actually, there are screens. Oh my goodness. Kenyan matatus are just crazy. I even did a video about matatu culture. If you haven't watched that video, please go and watch that video, because I mean, matatu culture there is a big deal in Kenya. Like, you cannot go to Kenya and you don't try out matatu culture. No. So I feel like when you're to go to Kenya, you have to know that they also have these other means of transport apart from Uber. If you want to get the public means, and actually use matatus because they're colorful, very beautiful, though they can be a little bit loud, you know. Yeah, but they also have Wi-Fi. That's another thing that I love about them. Let me also talk about the traffic, guys. Sometimes traffic is real. Avoid peak hours if possible. Let's go to another point, which goes safety and scams. So this is another thing that you should know before visiting Nairobi, Kenya. I think this point goes back to the video that I just made previously, which was talking about if Nairobi, Kenya is safe. Yeah. So guys, I don't want to lie. There is no place that is 100% safe. Even where I come from, it's not that it's 100% safe. So anywhere you go, you should be aware of your safety and scams, okay? Nairobi is generally safe in the day, but be cautious at night. I think most of the time when I was moving around Nairobi, most of the time I was moving daytime, guys, because you never know what happens in the night, you know. So most of the time I prefer doing my daytime videos. I think I was supposed to do also nightlife. I think I did nightlife. I went to the Alchemist, but I went there with friends which were also content creators, so at least I was safe. So what I'm trying to tell you is daytime, I feel like it is more safer compared to the night, because you never know. Let's say if you're a content creator, you're moving around with your gadgets, your phones, your cameras, and you want to do like a video on the streets at night, like the nightlife of Nairobi, you can also do that, but have people who are moving with you, because literally you cannot just walk with your phone just like these guys on the streets at night, even daytime. Because even my hosts and the people in Nairobi, I used to get comments. People used to tell me, Harriet, be careful with your stuff, be cautious wherever you go, you know. So I used to be just protective with my gadgets and all that. So you need to be aware of scams, and I mean, you have to take care of yourself for you to be safe. You have to also stick to well-known places. Talk of like Westlands, Kilimani, Karen, CBD, but daytime, okay? Yeah, because some people, maybe if you're coming from the diaspora, you would want to stay in high-end places. Talk of Kilimani, talk of Westlands, talk of Karen, places like those are high-end places, you know, and those places are not cheap, guys. See, I mean, you have to come prepared if you want to stay in high-end places. Those are the places I think I can recommend you to. But still, you have to be cautious. You have to be very, very cautious and very street smart. You know, very street smart. Be aware of phone snatching. Avoid using your phone too openly in busy public areas, guys. Okay? So I'm not saying that all people do it like a lot in Kenya, but even anywhere, you can go to any other place and you get that. Even where I come from, they are there. There are so many of them. Though my experience in Kenya was just amazing, guys. I don't want to lie. I never went to Kenya and then I didn't come back with my gadgets. I came back with each and everything that I went with. So I think I was just so protective with my stuff. And again, I was every time with friends and my hosts. Shout outs to everyone who hosted me, Kobenata, Estanjibuna Lifestyle. Shout outs to you guys. You made my stay amazing. And there's always pickpocketing everywhere, guys. You have to be cautious with your stuff. That's all I can say. No one is going to take care of your stuff. It is you who is going to take care of your property, okay? So you need to be very, very careful with whatever you're holding, okay? And don't trust everyone. Don't trust everyone, guys, because you never know. These are the things that you need to know before visiting Nairobi, Kenya. Be aware. Just be aware and cautious. Especially in public places, be so smart, okay? Let me also talk about the weather and clothing. Nairobi is that place that has different weathers. They have rainy, they have sunny seasons, things like that. Sometimes it can get so cold in Nairobi, guys. Let me tell you. Sometimes it gets like very, very cold. There are some seasons, I think even right now, it's very cold in Nairobi as I speak. I think this season, yeah. Then the season whereby it's very cold. So going to Nairobi in those seasons, I think you have to also search online and know the seasons whereby the place is cold, so that you can carry clothes that fit for the season. Okay, because sometimes actually it can be very hot. Nairobi can be hot, but also sometimes it can be very, very cold. So it depends on, I mean, the season that you've visited Nairobi, but you have to just be informed. Like I told you guys at first, before going to any place, you have to first be informed. Like first search about the place, the seasons, the weather, the month you're going in. Is it good? First, if you have people in Nairobi, you can even contact them and ask them like, how is the weather? If I come in this season, how will it be? You know, people will just give you all the information. So you need to know what to carry and what not to carry. Don't carry clothes for summer in the time of, you know, cold. Just carry what goes with the season. Okay, that is what I'm trying to say. Pack layers, a light jacket, t-shirts, and I mean comfortable shoes. That is if when you're going to Nairobi, Kenya, in the season where it is sunny, you can carry like lighter clothes. Yeah, don't pack like heavy, you know, clothes, light jackets, things like that. Yeah. If visiting during rainy season, I think a rainy season it's changed. I think their seasons always change, guys. Let me even not lie. But of course, don't forget to carry your jackets, umbrellas, gadgets, things that you can use to protect yourself whenever it's rainy. Guys, if I talk about the local etiquette, I mean, don't take photos of locals or government buildings without asking for permission, especially when it comes to government building, guys. I think if you're a content creator and you're watching me, I think you've realized it's like most of the time when we travel and go to countries, I think the first thing you should know is not shooting financial institutions. You're not supposed to shoot government buildings. You're not supposed even to go close to those premises. Talk of the parliament. Like, why would you go and shoot the parliament? So if they find you taking photos or videos from such areas, of course, they're gonna take you in. So you just have to have the local etiquette. Like, also ask the locals how it goes there. If you don't know, you can have a tour guide, and then the tour guide will know each and everything. Because again, if someone is Kenyan, they know their country well. So I mean, someone will have to guide you well on where to take photos, where to take your videos. So you just have to be careful. Also, some places, guys, you're not supposed to take photos just like that. Some people be like, why are you taking us? But again, I think I never saw that in Kenya, guys. Let me just be honest. I think when I was in Kenya, I never got people shouting at me like, oh, where are you taking us? Why are you taking my videos? Things like that. I think I never got that. People are just welcoming. People are just nice. But where I come from in Uganda, oh my goodness. Hey, Ugandans, we need to improve. You know, you just go to a public area. I mean, I think we are allowed to shoot in public areas, but some people, they just don't want cameras. Some of them are camera shy, of which we respect sometimes. But again, if you don't want me to shoot you, just tell me, and then I mean, I will not put you in the video. But I never saw that, I think, in Kenya. People were just so nice. People actually were literally fighting to enter the camera, even the security personnel. So that tells you Kenya is warm. People are just warm, welcoming. People just love foreigners, and if they know that you're a foreigner, the way they will treat you, I mean, it will just be incredible. If you tell them you're not from the country, they'll just treat you nicely. And guys, tell me why Kenyan men love Ugandan women. Like every time they could tell me why you're from, I could tell them Uganda. They're like, oh my goodness, we love Ugandan women. I mean, what's the secret? Why do Kenyan men love Ugandan women? Because guys, I realize it like a lot. If they know that you're from Uganda, oh my goodness, the way they'll treat you, yo. So I mean, you just have to have the etiquette. Yeah. Also, you should respect culture and religious practices, especially when visiting markets or rural areas. Guys, let's also talk about another point, which goes best places to visit in Nairobi. Nairobi has got a lot to see. I don't want to lie to you. There's a lot to see in Nairobi. And let me be your plug, because I mean, I feel like I went to the hidden games. I went to the coastal area. I did some of the wildlife. It was just incredible. I went to Giraffe Center. So these are the places that you can visit when you go to Nairobi. Okay. Talk of the Nairobi National Park. I mean, for those ones who don't know, who are just watching me for the first time, this is a country that has got a national park in the city. You guys, I was shocked. I've never seen a country having wildlife in the capital city. I just saw it in Nairobi and I was overwhelmed. So I feel like Nairobi National Park should be one of it. You have, of course, you see the big five, you see the lions, the giraffes, the rhinos, a lot. You see a lot there. Talk of the giraffe center as well too. I mean, who didn't want to feed a giraffe? Like, if you're that person who enjoys wildlife, I mean, you will have it to the fullest, guys. So if you've never visited Nairobi, these are the places that you need to visit when you go to Nairobi. Okay, yeah. So the giraffe center, of course, you go and feed the giraffes. Hey, guys, me, I just had the best experience. But again, Kenya is not cheap. It's expensive. All these things, of course, you need money to go there. And again, if you're coming from, if you're a foreigner, I think something I saw when you visit places like that, they charge you different compared to someone who is from East Africa. If you're from East Africa, I think it's the same price like someone who is from Kenya. But if you are from the diaspora, the prices are going to vary. It's going to be different. Okay, they're going to charge you different. Let's say if you're American, you're from the UK, Germany, Jamaica, they will charge you different compared to me who is from East Africa. Okay, talk of Karen Blixen Museum. There is Karura Forest. Karura Forest, oh my goodness, there are falls. Actually, in the forest itself there are falls. You can do sightseeing, you can do forest walks. People were actually doing bikes, like you can just literally ride your bike inside the forest. I mean, it's just incredible. Like, there's a lot to see. There's a lot to see in Kenya, guys. So these are the places you need to visit in Nairobi. Okay, talk of the Masai Market as well. To Masai Market, if you're that person who goes to every country and buys craft, what Masai Market is the place. When you go to Nairobi, be sure at least to go and get yourself a souvenir. I feel like these are the things that will keep you, that will make you remember about this area. So me, most of the time whenever I travel, I make sure I buy a souvenir from each and every country I've been to. Especially when you're in Nairobi, you just go maybe buy a fridge magnet. You buy something that will really remind you that you went to Nairobi and this is what you came with. So I feel like Masai Market will give you that vibe. You get the culture wears, the t-shirts having prints of Kenya. Oh my goodness. Yeah. I mean, just visit these places, guys. There's also KICC rooftop for views. If you want to have the view of Nairobi skyline, I feel like you have to go to KICC rooftop. When you're at the rooftop, you're able to see the skyline of Nairobi. So those are the places you cannot miss when you go to Nairobi. Just go and visit those areas, guys. You will thank me later. Okay, let me also talk about the food you must try. Of course, Kenya has got like varieties of foods. I told you Kenya is one place, or Nairobi is one area or one city whereby you get each and everything. Okay, everything that you need, you will get it. So don't be like, oh, if I want my food, I'm from Jamaica. They're always Jamaican. There are also Jamaican restaurants, there are Ugandan restaurants. You can have fast foods, there are cafes, I mean, there's everything. Okay, so if you're that person who enjoys street foods as well, there are also street foods. Talk of nyama choma. I cannot forget talking about nyama choma. Kenya is that one country that is known for having good nyama choma. Let's be honest, guys. I just enjoy their nyama choma. They know how to prepare it. Nyama choma is specifically grilled meat, for those ones who don't know. So I feel like they have the best nyama choma. Kenya is known for nyama choma. It's known for sukuma wiki. It's known for ugali. Yeah, I think the food that they love eating there is ugali and sukuma wiki. I mean, everyone has like, people there love sukuma wiki and ugali. I don't know, but that's their food. The same way like Uganda, we love matoke. So when you come to Uganda, of course it will be matoke, but Kenyans, you have to eat ugali and sukuma wiki. Okay, I think they're called kales. Yeah, kales, something like that. Sukuma wiki is called kales, I think. Yeah, in English, if I'm not wrong. Other street foods, talk of chapatis. You can have all that. You can have smochas. You can have mutura. But mutura again is for the brave, guys. Me, when I was in Kenya, I enjoyed more of the street foods, because let me tell you, I used to actually go out on the streets and I eat even more of street foods than even eating the real food. Okay, but I used to get satisfied because, I mean, you get everything on the streets. There's also maize. There's that maize whereby they put pepper, like chili, on the maize on the streets. Very nice, tastes so good. There is the smoky, there is the chips mayai, there's mayai itself. I mean, there's a lot of street foods in Kenya. There's a lot of street foods. So these are the things that you need to test when you go to Nairobi. Don't miss out. Don't miss out these foods, guys. Okay, you tell me. Let me also talk about respecting a local culture. Kenya is very welcoming, but you have to also be respectful with your behaviors. I mean, it is so much appreciated there. Okay, dress modestly in some areas, especially religious spaces. You have to, of course, dress, I mean, modestly. Okay, but specifically, all in all, I feel like I've answered each and everything. I've talked about each and everything that you need to expect before visiting Nairobi, Kenya. These are the things that you're going to expect before visiting the country. Me, I've been there, so I feel like I can relate because I've been there. Like I think like 3 times I've been in Nairobi. Every time I go there, I have a different experience. So I feel like I have answered all your questions. When you go to Nairobi, your expectations can never go down. You understand? This is the city where your expectations will always be, yeah. So what you expect is what you receive. That's Nairobi for you. The vibe, the lifestyle, I mean, everything that you need, you get it. If you're that person who enjoys fashion, it's still there. So there's everything in Nairobi. Isn't Nairobi one of Africa's beautiful cities? Let me know in the comment section. Anyways, guys, I think I've answered each and everything in this video. Thank you so much for watching. I know it's already long. And again, if you're watching me and you haven't subscribed to the channel, I mean, what are you waiting for? Kindly do subscribe, like, and share. I think, guys, I'll see you in the next one. Thank you so much for watching me. I love you all. Love is for free. Share the love. Bye bye. Bye, guys.